Hello and welcome back to Factorio. Since we last spoke, I have done a little bit of work around the factory, and let me show you the map. So there we are. So we have basically cleared and built and paved and made production cells and surrounded with rail an entire demarcated base. This was a bit of a job. To keep all the roboports working, I had to put down a second nuclear reactor. I had to move where we are processing the uranium. I had to double the uranium processing. We have a problem with not enough uranium coming in, and that's because we have a single uranium core miner doing the job, and apparently it's out of fuel currently. Which is no good, is it? Let's go fix that, because that's quite important. But as you can see, the base is quite significantly larger now, which is really good. Yeah, so I'm going to drop in some extra transport drones in there, just to make sure that it always has enough drilling fluid, because if we run out of that, that's really serious. I've put down some perimeter defences, and then I have stretched those for key resources. Right, so why do we not have drilling fluid? Okay, this seems more like a bug than anything else. While I was doing the base expansion, I hit a bunch of snags, quite a few of them around uranium, to be honest. We need hydrofluoric acid. Was it hydrofluoric? No, dirty water, sorry. We need dirty water to be able to keep our uranium processing working. And the problem was we were not doing any mining of iron chunks, so we weren't producing dirty water as a side product of that. So the uranium processing stopped, which was a bit of a problem. That was fixed by putting down a couple of dedicated dirty water manufacturers. Oh, this can go away. There it goes. Right, what was I doing? Squirrel. Mining fluid. Yeah, so we have no mining fluid. The reason we have no mining fluid is we have petroleum. We have no water because this design here was done before we'd... Alright. How can I... I'm not sure how I can rearrange this. Maybe I shouldn't be at all, actually. Maybe I should just be bringing in sulfuric acid now that we have a sulfuric acid build. Okay, so all of this can... let's try and sort this out sensibly. Alright, that can go, that can go. This can go. Then I will make sure that this is powered from here as it should be. And we will bring in sulfuric acid here. Good. I have no idea how long that's been wrong. But fingers crossed it hasn't killed our base. Alright. Well, that was exciting. Where was I? Yeah, so we need to secure this uranium here. That's quite important. It will give us a second source of uranium, and I think, yeah, there's several wells here, so it'll really increase our throughput of uranium mining. So I'm very definitely keen for that to happen. However, that requires me to go out into the wilds. So something else I should talk about. While I was doing this base, I was getting harried by bugs. What I have done is started to push them back. So I've been putting down these little things here. So it's just 4 turrets and some pipe. But if we go into the debug mode and look at candidate expansion chunks, you can see that where I put these down, they're actually suppressing bug expansions. What I was finding was I was going out, clearing territory, and then 5 minutes later, the bugs had expanded back into where I had cleared. So I'm now going around putting these down in places to try and keep the expansion chunks in the red. So as I clear things, I'm putting them down. However, that becomes quite annoying to deal with. So what I would really like is a Spidertron army, so that I can automate this. However, I can't make Spidertrons because they require high energy crystals and simulation data, neither of which I currently have. Anyway, let's set that off, and I'm going to set the condition to spiders 10. I think 10's a good buffer, isn't it, of spiders? Then we have some other things. So this is apparently a Constructron. Okay, so this is some kind of... I honestly don't know. So maybe there's something in here. We are 48.4% of 70 through this tech age. Beacon of specialized pipes, news, base destinations, induction matrix, exotic matter fusion, remote configuration. No, there's nothing in here about spider bots, so I guess we'll have to look at that. This is the other spider related thing, a Spidertron dock. Automatically connects to a Spidertron standing over it and shares that Spider-Man's inventory. So again, I'm not really quite sure what that does. So I guess we'll have to have a try. Right, that exploding bot also tells me that I should do another level of swarm safety. Yeah, and we're just running through these techs one after the other. Personal nuclear reactor sounds really good. Right. Where was I? Okay, so to get spiders, we need those two things. We need that weird data and those energy crystals. So I think the first thing is to have a look at energy crystals. And where would we like to build this? How about down here? Yeah, this can be our energy crystals place. So how on earth do we build energy crystals? Let's just double check this isn't... Yeah, we're now starting to get constant warnings. Right, so... high energy crystal. Okay, so it's the product of two different recipes. There's a 5-second recipe using 100 energy crystal solution, and there is a 60-second recipe using energy crystal solution. This is a doubling recipe. Okay, so I think it's the doubling recipe we want. It's really slow, 60 seconds. Okay. It looks like this is the bootstrap. Yeah, this is the bootstrapping recipe. This is the actual recipe. Okay, so let's try this one. So this is done in a high energy crystal grower. Fair enough. Okay, so let's make some of those. It's a really slow recipe, so it's one that I guess would benefit from beacons, assuming you can beacon it. Okay, we've got some new things. So we've got an air filter, hypercooler, distillation tower, advanced distillation tower, advanced oil refinery, that could come in useful, advanced lab, computer core, small simulation chamber, various modules, an induction matrix tile, induction matrix core, induction matrix basic coil, induction matrix converter, and induction matrix solenoid. That looks entertaining. But what I wanted was a crystal grower. Right, tons of fluids and things in here, including an advanced computer age tech. Okay, so we have got a new tech. I just didn't notice it. Alright, well, we'll have to build that at some point. But I'm not going to be sidestepped. We've got a high temperature reactor. Okay. That didn't work at all, did it? Alright, let's go back to the recipe book. So we need a high energy crystal grower. So it's in the high energy crystal production technique, which it reckons I've done. High energy crystal grower looks okay. Let's look one more time. So this is a crystal grower, but that's not the one we need. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm wondering if I'm either blind or I'm really not sure what's going on. Okay, let's high energy rocket fuel, high energy crystals, but there's no high energy crystal grower. Okay, let's look in the tech. Okay, so high energy crystal production has given us high energy crystal solution, high energy crystals, and some progression, and we have done this tech. Okay, let's try a crystal grower, see if that works. Do I have a crystal grower on me? No, let's okay, let's just put one of these down and see if it magically appears, as if by magic. Okay, we may want to take a design... Oh, yeah, definitely these are appearing. Right, let's... Getting a lot of warnings over here, but I think the bots are on it, that's fine. Alright, so let's find this here. That seems like a good design. Okay, and then we'll probably do the same prioritization trick that we did here. So this is going to prioritize to the right. In fact, pull that out, put it over. That's it. All right. So then this will circle back. So these are going to be, yeah, high energy crystal. Okay. Okay, so that's 5. And I can put them the other side as well. Alright. I'm going to personally request all the high energy crystals because we did manage to collect some out of nowhere. Alright, so this takes crystal solution and high energy crystals. So energy crystal solution, how on earth do we make that? Okay, so it looks like there's various options for this. So it's ingredients in various things, but it's the production of this, which takes energy crystals and hydrofluoric acid and happens in an advanced chemical plant. That's good. We can deal with those. So we have an advanced chemical plant here. There might be somebody who plays this mod who is now laughing at me about my ratios being fanciful. Right, so we're going to input from this belt, because this is the... in fact, down there's fine. In fact, let's move the whole build up one tile. Then that leaves the skirt at the bottom free. Good. Alright. So this is going to be high energy crystal fluid. Molten steel and blah blah blah. Oh, it must be one of these. Kerosene, no. Nitric acid. Energy crystal solution. Takes energy crystals and hydrofluoric acid. Alright. So, one of these produces 450 of the fluid. That's going to be enough for this whole build, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. It's so much more than fine, actually. And what do we get out of this? We get 10 crystals per minute, which seems like not very much. So yeah, we are going to beacon this, but initially I just need enough to get some spider bots. Alright. I've requested all the ones that are in... why am I not getting any? That's really weird. I definitely did collect some high energy crystals in my travels. Alright, we'll come back to that. Seeing as this is overkill, I guess it doesn't matter where I put it within this build. But it does seem to be quite a simple recipe, so... we'll just extend this pipe over and across. Okay. So then hydrofluoric acid, that can be requested in. I'm just going to try and line it up. There we go. And then that could go there. And then energy crystals. There we go. So this is hydrofluoric acid. There. We may find out we're not making enough of this hydrofluoric acid. Just one truck for now. And then this can be inserted with an arm, I guess. Like that. Good. No. Is this how I want to do this? So... I'm trying to come up with something that I can copy-paste quite easily. Okay, so then we're doing these off the wrong belts. The output belt is there, and the input belt is there. Okay. That's the wrong way, isn't it? So this is, the input belt is there, and the input belt... Yeah, that's the right way around. Okay, that took a little bit of thinking to get. We'll do the same copy here. Still don't get why there's no high energy crystals. I very definitely collected some on my travels. I'm hoping they don't emoliate themselves when you... I'm not really sure what's going on, to be honest. Alright. Can we do this whole thing with a couple of... Yeah, we can. Alright. So we will underground from... Not quite from here to here. Here to here. Good. So then we can put a substation there. And there. And there. Alright. Then we can put in a recipe board. I'm going to have to search for this. Oh no, there it is. Okay, and then, yeah, I'm really perplexed because I very definitely had some high energy crystals because I trashed the things. I had about 15 of them from my travels. Okay, nothing there. And I definitely didn't put them in a box and shoot them because I thought they looked quite important. So we've got plenty of alien frost glands. Not in there. Not in there. Okay, I'm officially confused in that case. Weird. Okay, well, I'll come back to that. The only thing I can think is that they were on a body when I got killed in combat and somehow evaporated. But I don't think I lost any bodies that I didn't reclaim. And as you can see, I'd set the request down to 0. I've only just ramped it back up again to recollect them. Okay, well, that's a mystery. I'll fix that between episodes because we've done the build. It's just a question of getting the thing bootstrapped. So this is running and these pipes are starting to fill up, and that's all there is to it, I guess. What was the other thing we needed? Some kind of data. So let's run back up and have a look. Okay, so this needs some... Oh, good God, they've ended up inside this spider machine. Well, 2 doesn't sound like the number I had, but never mind. Okay. Where did we put this? I've walked down too far, haven't I? Okay, so... Let's put them in there and see if this works. We may have to babysit this for a little bit. Alright, so that's working. There's room for 2 modules. So we're going to have to module this to hell and back, aren't we? Alright, so then the next thing was that data. Not data cable. No. Yes, the simulation data. Okay, so I need a small simulation chamber, and it requires 2 of computing power. Whatever that is. Okay, so this is a small simulation chamber. So let's have a machine make some of those. I have no idea how many of those we're going to need. Here we are. Right. So, simulation chamber. There we are. Okay, we can make that. And now I can't really see it because of all the icons. There we are. Whoops. Try that again. I pressed... done it twice. I pressed O instead of 0. Okay, got that. So I can grab one of these. 2 of these. So then it wanted me to make some compute. And compute comes from electronic parts and happens in a computer core. Okay. So we now need a computer core. That looks fairly straightforward. Good. So this requires lab logistics request. Sorry, this requires labs, weirdly. Alright, there is no way that I'm making 10 of these. We are going to make 1 of these. Good. This looks like it's just stupidly expensive. And it requires labs, which we are not automating, obviously. Wow. So we're going to allow it to buffer up 10 labs, I guess. That doesn't seem unreasonable, does it? Apparently at some point we're going to roll over to a new type of lab. So these ones will be retired or maybe kept around for historical purposes. But when we start making the next tech, we're going to need a new type of lab to research it in. Alright, how are we getting on here? This is going to take a little while to make, isn't it? This, what are we missing? Everything. But most importantly, it's the burner labs we're missing, because they're not being crafted. Okay, burner labs are dirt cheap, so I don't care about buffering up 10 of them. And this should all start going soon. But this, seriously, this is... Oh, 4 labs. Okay, so it's not anything like as expensive as I thought it was. Alright, so this can go back to 10. I'd misread the logistics request for the cost of 1 item. Alright. Well, while we wait for that to craft, I'm going to just blueprint a couple down so that they will appear as if by magic when we're ready for them. This process is already starting to bootstrap up, so we're good here. Alright. So we have these, and we have the buildings I picked up and have now misplaced. Okay, and it looks like these just have the one recipe. Computing power. And... Okay, so they take 24 doobies in and produce 36. So these look as if they're just dirt cheap. So it comes down to... Ooh! We built our first computer core at 48 hours. Yeah, you can see we've jumped a very large number of hours because it took a very large number of hours to build our nice computer chip reminiscent base. But anyway, we'll get there. So this should now be appearing. These are going to require pipes, of course. All right. Oh, loads. All right. So this produces 600. These consume 72. Not a problem. So we'll have one of these for a ton of these. Let's put this down. do a row of that for now. These high energy crystals, I think they don't have a huge inherent value, do they? It's just that we burn through hydrofluoric acid, which I guess does cost us something. Okay, so these have outputs, obviously. They only have the fluid as input. There are various ways I could build this, but I'm going to go for the simple stupid one for now. Because those who have watched me play before know that I am both simple and stupid. Alright, and then this thing requires electronic parts. So So 8 of those is 280 fluid, this produces 60, so we can very easily do whoops. We can very easily double this and still power it by the one of these. And I'm actually wondering about doubling this this way as well. I don't know if that's sensible. We'll have a look in a minute at the rates. I think this might be slightly too much. But we'd need something like this to bring the materials out. And then some kind of belt shenanigans to get the products out. I think that works, doesn't it? I'll need to check that I don't overload the belts as well. Let's take the whole of this. Good. The last couple should be coming soon. And here's the last one. Okay, so this consumes 768 units of compute, and this generates 600. Okay, so that's too much. Okay, let's see if we can actually do some math. 36 to 600. So that is 16 and 2/3. Okay, so, and we've done 32. Okay, maybe my maths is wrong. No, sorry, it's an ingredient is 24, sorry. Okay, sorry, it's 25. And we have how many here? 32. Okay, so we can get rid of some to get us down towards 25. 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Alright, so we are one assembler under what this can produce, which is well within acceptable tolerances as far as I am concerned. Can we... yeah, we can now bring the belt in like that, which I think is a bit neater. Leaves the bottom of the build a bit more free and airy. All of that can go. Good. Okay, so we just need to feed this with electronic parts, which should be dead simple, right? Let's move it over one more just for the sake of symmetry. So electronic parts are there. Good. And we'll drop in just one truck for now. And then we need some undergrounds. Like that. Then some substations. Can we do the whole thing with a single substation? No, we can't, because physics. Okay, it looks like we're just being... We're a single tile out of happiness. Yeah, exactly one tile out. Okay, well, I can't be bothered to try and fix that, so we'll do it with power poles, primarily out of spite. If I'd sat down and thought about it, I probably could have sorted it out, but, you know. Alright. And it looks like this big pole has decided to become overloaded. So we will take our trusty copper coil, which we don't have. Where is copper cable? Okay, I am going to request in a couple of copper cable because there we are. I don't need 200, I just need like 10. And of course now I've seen it in my inventory. Alright, the point of this is, this has a max of 5 connections, and it's used them up on stupid things. So it couldn't connect here. Okay, well that's done now. So this is now powered up. We are requesting these things, so we can now put down an arm. Wow, that's pretty amazing. This produces 1,000 computing power every 100 seconds. Awesome. Right, so what do we need to make this work? We need to be calling in trucks with those 2 new ingredients. So the first ingredient is the high energy crystals, and the second one is the compute data. And I can't remember which tab the compute data was hiding in. Simulation data. Good. Okay. I'm going to kill off my request for this. I don't want it all to be going into my inventory. That can go. Then I'm going to pick up a couple of boxes and arms. And that will get built out. 1 truck in each, I guess. And in its own good time, this build will back up. It's already starting to. And this build will start producing. We're nearly through the first cycle, so as soon as that first cycle has reached, it'll be gone. So next time, hopefully, we'll be in a position to build our Spidertron army. Let's just see the first cycle of this go. Good. Okay, so that's some fluids. These... Ooh, okay. What happened there? Okay, something weird. So this is being produced, but the pipes blew up. Okay. So I've got some normal pipes here. Duct switcher for high-speed pipe. Okay. Is there something I'm missing? Okay, there's nothing here which tells me what temperature the compute power fluid is at, but maybe there's an issue with pipe temperatures. Okay, let's move this down 1 anyway, because we haven't joined up the 2 halves of the build. Right, we can put down a we're making it thing. So that is simulation data. Okay, so whoa, okay. Yeah, so something's going on here. Right, so let's take that away. Interesting. So what else do we have? So we have insulated pipe. Okay, so it looks like we need insulated pipe. Let's go make some. Alright, so insulated pipe and insulated pipe to ground. Alright, and let's set the limit of insulated pipe to what? 200? And insulated pipe to ground, I should set the limit to 20, I suppose. Okay, so this requires plastic pipe and ceramic. This requires pipe and, sorry, insulated pipe and steel. Okay, so what I want to do is go back and, here we are. Take all of this away. And blueprint in insulated pipe. Take this away. Insulated pipe. Then I will clear that and get the insulated underground. Okay, and that does actually fast replace. So this should now get the pipes replaced as they are built. Hopefully. What are all these? Where are all these going? Oh, it's building a fuel cell. Okay, that's fair enough. I was a bit confused by all this uranium flying across my head. Okay, so our first bit of pipe is getting built. Good. So this will happen. This is now backed up halfway, and all the machines are running, so I think we're good for that. Alright, so as I said, next time, that was all a bit exciting. Next time we are going to set up our spiders, because hopefully we should have made some by then. And set up a spider army. I've got a couple of plans for them. First is crowd control around the outside of the base, and the second one is to help me build out rail automatically. So we'll get into that. But I think we've done quite a lot today. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.